Welcome back to the final destination of our backpacking trip across Sri Lanka. My friend Jaden and I have been slowly making our way down the country over the last few weeks, and today we finally arrived at one of the best safari spots in the entire world, Yala National Park. We first arrived at our accommodation on a private beach in the complete middle of nowhere. This was going to be our home for the next day, so I was ready to start exploring it.
Well, y'all, we have officially made it to Yala National Park. So we actually just got dropped off at our accommodation here at the back of Beyond Dune Camp Yala. So we are staying in this little tent thing just behind me right here, and when I say we're in the middle of nowhere, like, I truly mean we are in the complete middle of nowhere. There is no civilization anywhere near around us, so absolutely no service or anything like that. But what is pretty nice is it's so secluded that you kind of feel like you're on your own private island, and we have the ocean just seconds away from us. I can see it right now. So I think it's pretty cool. We're kind of out here in the jungle. But yeah, as I said, the beach is just right in front of me right here, so let's go check it out. So unfortunately, the leader of the camp said that we're not really allowed to go swimming in this ocean because, as you guys can kind of see, the water is really choppy, and I guess there is an insane underwater current that's really dangerous this time of year, especially because it is monsoon and storm season in this part of Sri Lanka. But it's still pretty darn cool. And we actually, the reason it's called the Dune Camp is we are surrounded by tons of sand dunes, which I think is absolutely awesome. So yeah, not a whole lot around here, but it's kind of a cool thing. And y'all might be wondering what this little fence thing is behind me, and this is actually an electric fence to keep out elephants and any other big animals that might want to come and try to eat us in the middle of the night. So it's kind of nice to have that protection. They have the entire camp surrounded because as crazy as that sounds, I guess it's not that uncommon for elephants and other animals to just stroll in here at night. So yeah, around 6 p.m. after the sun goes down, all these things become electric and we are not allowed to cross them under any circumstances. So that'll be pretty interesting. It would be kind of cool though to see an elephant just walking seconds away from us. But yeah, hopefully we'll be good through the night. We got about 6 hours left before dinner and before the sun goes down, and we've got this entire private beach to ourselves. So I think there's really only one thing left to do. This is unbelievable. Woo. Didn't know I was in Sri Lanka. You'd think I was in like Saudi Arabia or something. It's like the desert out here. Oh my gosh. Oh man. The wind is crazy. That sand just whips, and when it hits like your back, it literally feels like you're getting like pelted with like little pellets. It's so hard because the wind is blowing so damn fast, but I'm having the time of my life out here, man. I've never been anywhere quite like this, with just like sand dunes meeting the ocean where you can just like run around and feel like a kid again. It's awesome. I threw on the little Arab scarf thing for some content because I think it looks pretty darn cool, and it really does a good job when it's especially like this at keeping the sand out of my face, which is a huge plus and need that right now.
As the day went on, I continued exploring the beach and actually found a random bull just walking along the shore. As time went on, the wind grew really strong, which was actually kind of cool because it made the waves really big.
Whew. Guys, this is truly amazing. I spent like 20 minutes just walking back and forth along the beach, in the water a bit, and it is so darn peaceful out here. There's absolutely nobody. I literally feel like I'm on an abandoned island. Man, what a day. Actually have an outdoor shower, so I just got to use that, freshened up a bit because I was covered head to toe in sand from all that running and stuff, but it feels good to be clean. And now we are getting ready to head to dinner in about 15 minutes, just waiting for the guys to come pick us up at our tent. So just chilling on the front porch right now. It's so beautiful out here.
Our guys soon picked us up for dinner, which was included in our stay. Altogether, this accommodation with the dinner included ended up being less than $100 US a night.
Pumpkin soup. Didn't even order this, but it's good. Yeah, not that bad.
After dinner, we headed on back to the tent to try and get some rest before we had to wake up at 4:30 the next morning to start our safari. Unfortunately, it was quite difficult to get some sleep because the wind was blowing so violently that I even thought the tent was going to fly away a few times. After a rough night of sleep, we headed out pretty early to start our safari. It's really best to go in the morning because you'll have the best chances of seeing the animals. Our main goal was to try and see a leopard because they can be quite rare to spot as they like to stay hidden or high up in the trees.
All right, y'all, we woke up bright and early at around 4:45 in the morning today. We're heading out on a sunrise safari. But as expected, there are 6 other safari cars in front of us, so this is a very popular thing to do, pretty much the only thing to do here in Yala. So gonna expect there to be a lot of other groups, but I'm still super excited to get on out there, and hopefully we can see a leopard or some of those sloth bears. Those are some of the more rare animals to see, but I don't know, I'm feeling pretty lucky today.
As soon as we entered into the park, we already started to see a bunch of animals. There were tons of wild water buffalo just laying in the grasslands and the water, and we also spotted a pretty big crocodile early on, which was something I did not expect. After around an hour and a half, we still had not seen any real signs of leopards or elephants until we got a call on our radio saying that there was a possible leopard sighting nearby.
Might have found something. Come on. Oh. Leopard.
It turned out that there was actually a leopard spotted, however we hadn't got to see it because of the insane number of jeeps rushing to the area at once. Because they can be so rare to find here, when one is spotted, the driver signals to all the other nearby jeeps so that they too can try and get a view. Unfortunately, we were quite a ways away, so by the time we actually got there was hardly any view. Finally saw our first real big animal. There's actually a single elephant way out in the distance over there. Unfortunately, it's kind of far to get a close-up on the camera, but it's still pretty cool to see.
we just got our first sighting of a big elephant right in front of us. I was wondering when we were going to see one like right there on the side of the road. That was so cool.
We continued on, eventually running into a few big elephants, which was really cool to see up close. At this point, we only had a few minutes left on our safari, and I had kind of given up hope of seeing a leopard. Until this happened.
So apparently on our left side, there's deer that are making the noise that indicate there's a leopard nearby. So trying to find it.
Let's go. Finally.
Unfortunately, it was quite difficult to get a good shot because he was kind of hiding in the bush. But aside from that, I could not have asked for a better way to end off our safari here in Yala. To my surprise, we actually ended up seeing a wide variety of animals in just our 4-hour safari. The total cost for the safari ended up being around $70 a person, which in my opinion was well worth it. I would definitely recommend to not skip over Yala on your Sri Lanka journey. However, I don't really think you need much more than one night because aside from the safari, there's not a whole lot to do. Thank you all so much for watching the Sri Lanka series. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did, and be sure to join us again in just 2 weeks as we take on the Maldives.